What's going on, guys? We're back. It's Lance here. You got Kevin across from me.
Well, what's up, guys?
And we got a special guest over here. I don't even think we talked about what we were going to call him just yet. I think we're just going to go simple and just call him Gubba.
Yeah, Gubba.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
So what's going on, Gubba? How's it feel to be on our new episode?
Feels like my balls finally dropped.
There you go. The podcast do that to you.
Such a good feeling. That podcast virginity.
Oh, it's great. I'm going to rave about this for years.
Yeah, go to sleep at night, you have a dream.
What dream?
Recording a podcast for, I think we're at 36 subscribers right now.
Yeah, yeah. It's getting up there. It's kind of scary, the fame we have now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The whole 30. I can't wait till it's triple digits. I hope it gets to that point.
It will.
I feel like we're going to get 3 copyright strikes and just strike out before that happens.
Right before. You never know, though.
View, actually, so I don't think subscribers matter anymore because they changed it where you need 10,000 views now to get monetized.
Yeah, it's more of the views because if it's like a video that has a lot of views, then they'll just have, because there's so many different sponsorships with YouTube right now, so they'll just put it on your video. You don't need to, but you have to be a YouTube partner though. That's
yeah. Well, you have to what you do. Because I actually just set it up. You go into when you own a YouTube channel and do all that. You go into your settings and you have to fill out this whole paperwork. It's a bunch of legal documents.
Oh wow.
And it's but the one thing I was reading that was pretty interesting. That supposedly if you enable monetizing, if you request to enable it, you have a higher chance of getting recommended videos and stuff like that. So pretty much what they're saying is that by being, choosing to monetize when you get to that point and allowing them to review you, that, you have a higher chance of actually building your channel, which I think would be pretty cool.
Well, yeah, they're going to want to promote the videos with the advertisements on it, because if you don't, then who's really going to see them besides the subscribers? So they're going to put that off to the side when they.
Would that be it would come up in recommended?
Yeah, recommended, stuff you would like.
When you're watching a video and you look at
on the side has just recommended for you or.
But it's weird though, because especially because usually I'm the one that does hours. It's weird how when you have a channel and you're you'll be watching other stuff on YouTube, whether it be for instance, I've been watching a lot of Joe Rogan podcast. Yo, you pissing at the table?
Nah, pouring my wine.
What are they calling it nowadays?
Wine Wednesday, baby.
Yeah. That thing looks like syrup.
You want to try it? It just tastes like regular Merlot.
Nah, I don't drink wine to begin with. But it's interesting how going on YouTube and seeing how I'll be watching another video and for some reason all the suggestions are videos that we've done. This doesn't make any sense. It's I don't want to watch our stuff I've made. We did.
Yeah.
I know what it is already.
Exactly.
But it's crazy. Being a young channel on YouTube nowadays, especially being we literally started doing it at the worst time. We should have done this 2 years ago.
When Vine was still around. I think that would have been good.
Wait, who was still around?
Vine.
Yeah, that would have been a really good
That definitely could have helped out.
Back before YouTube became toxic with all these Viners.
Yeah,
Jake
now
Paul.
it's bad. Fucking Jake
Paul.
Oh my god.
Honestly,
Jake Paul.
he bothers me, but he's not the one that bothers me the most. I can't stand that Lance 210 dude.
He's bad.
He got bad with it.
Yeah.
Ever since he went to YouTube, he got bad. His Vines were great, though.
See, at first, I didn't really mind him, but he started to annoy me a lot more because of one reason. Now, obviously, my birthday. I'm 218.
Yeah.
So a lot of my stuff is Lance 218. He's Lance 210. So I have a lot of these idiots that will add me and going, "Oh my God, thanks for adding me," and they're sending me Snapchats and stuff like that. And I'll Snapchat them back dude, it's the wrong person. You moron.
That's funny.
And
just send them pics of your ass.
No, spread your ass cheeks, dude, and give them the fucking brown star.
Oh God. I don't want to make these people go blind. I have a lawsuit. But it's funny. There was actually this girl recently. She added me on Snapchat. So I was like, all right, whatever. I was if it's somebody who I don't know, I just automatically assume that they're looking to follow this dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
So I accept it, and they're like, oh hey, thanks for adding me. And I was like, quick question. Who do you think I am? She was like, oh, you're Lance, right? I was like, well, you're kind of right, but you know, who do you think I am? I was like, do you think I'm the Viner? She's like, yeah. I was like, well, sorry to inform you, but you're not even close. I was like, how do you confuse a 0 and an 8? Like
They're not even next to each other.
That
and any kind of keyboard.
That yeah, like it's how do you get that wrong? Like they're complete. Like they don't even look similar.
Even if you use a number pad, they're opposite sides. Like
yeah, it's just
it was 219. It's
it
more
takes a special
understandable.
kind of stupid to do that. And actually, I think I screenshotted that because it was just I think that was like easily probably the 80th, 90th person who've added me on Snapchat solely because they thought it was somebody else.
Crazy.
But you know what I started doing though? It's like they'll add me, I'd be like, oh, well, I'm not him, but I'm the better Lance, and I'll just start sending them links to our
Big pimpin' Lance, promoting Lance.
Like I'll start
Big pimpin' in NYC.
like all the people that add me thinking I'm him, I'll start sending my YouTube links. Like, yeah, watch me, check me out. Like, yeah, I'm
No,
the
it's a
better
good way.
Lance.
You might as well take advantage of that.
And like there was a few of them that actually like clicked the link and watched it because like I remember I sent it to somebody and I went on like this was probably like, around the time we just started doing this, and I look on YouTube and all of a sudden we started getting like a dozen views, 2,000 views, and obviously it doesn't sound like that much, but when you have one video, two videos that you're just promoting yourself, that's kind of a big thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially from a random person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but talking about like the big YouTubers though, like a lot of the Vine kids went over, because Vine was dead. They needed another platform. They tried Instagram. Instagram, like you really can't grow and make that much money off of it. So you have like the Jake Paulers, the Logan Paul, which Logan I don't mind. You have Lance, and a lot of them, and it's just been they've taken over YouTube, and I'm hoping for the day that iDubbbz finally comes out with his content cop on Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that comes out because Jake Paul, he's a douchebag. He knows he's a douchebag. He's a cocky douchebag. The guy makes about $1 million a month.
How?
He has a lot of.
That's too much money to make in a month.
Yeah, but he's got like the IQ of a coconut.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
that
not
dude's
bright.
So like the whole thing with Post Malone.
Oh, yeah, doxed him.
Yeah, it's just like he did. Either you're a douchebag or you're really that stupid.
That's a little bit of both, to be honest with you.
And then he was just like, "Oh, what did I do? What did I do?" It's like, dude, you know exactly what you did.
Yeah.
Don't play stupid. Because then it's just like either way you're hurting yourself. And like, didn't he just get like fired from Disney or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Disney.
Because of all
Finally
the
ended
shenanigans.
because his neighbors were complaining.
Well, what was his actual deal with, like, what did he do? Like, I didn't even really know Logan Paul had a brother until that whole thing with H3H3 and Post Malone.
He lit his like backyard on fire. He
No,
like,
it was just a bonfire, he said.
See the
Lots and
fucking
lots
thing.
of gasoline.
Yeah,
It's a
and
bonfire.
then their address. They gave out their address basically. They call it like the Team 10 house, and they gave out their
and
address.
A shit ton of fans.
Yeah,
just
and it's
showing
just,
off
it's just
like
flooded
block
the
just
streets.
crowd of little 13
Yeah,
year
well, I know
olds.
they've doxed their neighbors multiple times because clearly they don't know what a blur is.
Yeah, so they were just they were upset about that. They kept calling the cops nonstop because they would have all these people out front, and he was just he's made some bad remarks too. Like some guy went up to their car, like he was a fan, had a little bit of an accent, and Jake Paul's like, "Oh, please don't blow us up. Like I don't trust you and shit." So he's
a racial slur?
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, he goes. I don't really understand you right now. I feel like you're gonna blow us up, which is funny, but you feel bad for the kid. And then there was one time this kid was wearing his brother's merchandise in front, and they grabbed it from him. They stomped it out, and they just ran away.
He was wearing his Logan's.
Yeah, it was like some Maverick shit. I don't know, like this little chubby kid. They're like, "Oh, can we see that?" And they grabbed it from him, threw it on the floor, stomped on it. Everyone cheered, and they just ran inside the house.
Oh god, so clearly isn't a bright person.
Well, let's be honest. I would probably do the same shit to my brother and any of my friends because I think it's hilarious.
Yes, if this was us, we would probably be doing the same exact shit. It's not us, and we're not making millions of dollars, so we have to give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't have to give a fuck. This is Los Angeles, no?
Yeah, it's LA.
Like,
it's LA.
Nothing like that ever happens here in NY.
That's why they always move out, like there.
Nothing ever happens in New York City like that.
You know what it is? Because if you do something stupid here, you're paying, like, you gotta donate to Oregon every time you get a traffic violation here.
Yeah, it's
like
a lot.
any type of ticket here.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you jaywalk across the street, you gotta donate like a liter of your blood.
Yeah, you need 2,000 hours of community service.
It's kind of crazy.
But in recent years, I think the worst thing that's ever happened in the streets of New York City, like with mobs, was probably Kanye trying to have a block party.
Oh,
Spur of the
Webster.
moment.
Oh, the Webster Hall shit.
That was a couple years ago, right?
I
It
think,
was like maybe two or three, maybe.
Yeah,
something like
it wasn't
that.
too far. It was maybe like
it was-
year and a half.
It was
ago,
still pretty
possibly.
recent.
Yeah, he's a surprise one, and then
That was like, I think, didn't like he do that, and then like a week later, Troy Ave was like supposed to perform there, and he got arrested there, something like that.
I'm not sure. All I know is that Kanye just wanted it
I
there.
remember there was like a good like 2-3 weeks where like it was like Webster was like the place of bad things happening. My bad. What were you saying?
He tried to do everything the right way. Like he was calling up the mayor and trying to get a permit for it, very last minute kind of shit and all that, and it wasn't happening. So like, and then everybody just shows up anyway because he told people to show up.
Yeah. I mean, you could say the protests in the city were kind of like a big riot here.
It wasn't too crazy though in New York though, from what I remember. I know.
They were messing up all the highways with like all the garbage cans in the streets.
That wasn't in New York though.
Yeah, they stopped all the bridges. They cut off the whole bridges for like a good week. They
What bridges?
Yeah, what bridges are you talking about? It didn't happen in New York.
I've been working in the city a lot, and
well, no, it was
haven't had much of a
it
problem.
was like right after the election. It was like not even a week after.
I never really had a problem though. I know most of the protests.
You know what it was? They did it late at like it was from like 6 o'clock on there. It was weird. They weren't doing it consistently. It was like they were working and then going and just blocking it. Like not everybody was doing it.
That's why I haven't been affected.
Because I know they did it for like a short period of time, and then they like told them to shoot. Like, look, we're gonna throw you in jail if you stay here. Then they ended up like protesting in front of. They all just like swarmed in front of Trump Tower and then stayed there and then continued to.
It was mostly at. It was at Trump Tower and Trump's World Tower on First Avenue, right by the UN.
Well, he has doesn't he have like 3 buildings in the city?
Yeah.
3? Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Tower,
the Trump Tower, the Trump World Tower, whatever it's called, right across the street from the UN, and then like he has like another apartment building on like 73rd Street or something like that.
What's the one across the street by Central
3rd?
Park?
That's just a regular Trump Tower, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only one that like I knew he had 3 of them. I knew one was by Central Park, and the other 2 I just knew that they weren't. You know, they were like 2 different ends.
Trump Tower is like just a few blocks away from Central Park, right down 6th.
Well, yeah, it's 6th, and it's like 54th or something like that.
54th. Like 55th is like where the Hilton is, and then it's like 54th.
Yeah, because I know when you go up, you see it, and it's almost weird though, because if you didn't notice like the gold front to it, you wouldn't really notice it's the Trump Tower. Like, honestly, there's been a few times where I walked past it. Like, obviously, this was before he was running for president and all that, before he got the big recognition. But I'd walk past and I completely forget where I was walking.
Big recognition. He's always had that.
Yeah.
Before he ran for president.
But I'm saying, like, when he became president, they were swarming the tower and they were protesting and stuff like that. Like, before all the protesting and stuff was, I think, the last time I walked past it. That was, I'd been St. Patrick's Day a couple years ago. I don't go to the city that much. But,
You were born in Central Park, right?
Yeah, I was born right under the tunnel. You know, that one...
I thought it was the rocks.
Yeah.
Like, I was born in the tunnel, but it was like the wall.
Yeah, you always walk around claiming how the city's always inside you.
It's actually kind of funny, because, like, I've grew up in New York my whole life, but my birth certificate, it's actually Pennsylvania.
Really? You were born in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I was born in, I believe it was Gnadenhutten Hospital.
Gnadenhutten.
Yeah. Supposedly it was like some Jewish hospital, but that sounds like a German name.
Yeah,
that is like the opposite of Jewish right there.
That's just like crossing the street and like automatically you're in a completely different neighborhood right there.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, I've told a few people, like, the hospital I was born in, they were like, dude, you're fucking with me. That is, well, really, what hospital you born in? I was like, nah, yo, Gnadenhutten Hospital.
Gnadenhutten Hospital.
And, like, to this day, there's still a few people that just don't believe me. They're like, nah, man.
Honestly, if I didn't know you better and, like, I would just think you're straight bullshitting.
Yeah, yeah.
The only person
Like, what
that,
kind of name is not a Newton?
Nothing.
like, I feel like the only person that would, like, to this day would probably still, like, argue that is maybe Dylan, because he never knows whether I'm serious or not. I throw him curveballs, ridiculous. Like,
That's because you two are just on and off with the random game as well.
oh yeah, nah.
The random game never stops with the two of you.
Yeah, I mean, he's been getting me lately. Like, I'll be talking to him, and like I'll just say something that will throw him off, and then he'll just say like this weird, like for instance, he's like, you know, Dylan, he doesn't really his cursing vocabulary isn't too detailed. You know, he's like a caveman when it comes to cursing.
I feel like he only says like 3 things. He says fucking, he says asshole, and maybe I heard like bitch here and there, but
Yeah.
I've never heard.
Well,
him say
I hear those
anything.
consistently.
He never says the p word, pussy. He never says.
Oh, he's calling me that.
No,
before.
he like I remember one time he
I don't
refused to
believe
say
you.
it.
I
I
don't
remember,
believe you.
I was actually playing CeeLo. Actually, it was the night that we were playing CeeLo at the shed. We were playing, and we were there, and I kept messing with him because I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take all your money." He was like, "Yo, I gotta go to Singles for a minute." I was like, "All right, what, you getting ready to give them all to me?" And we're sitting there, and I think it was me, him, and Uncle Will. We're sitting there, we're throwing dice, and he just turns and he just gets in my face and he just does my ear. Roll the dice, pussy.
No, I can't.
I swear to God, dude,
No
no
way.
way. Dude, I swear to God, but he said it in like, you know, that Dylan accent. Where
No lie, pussy.
Like,
Dude, there's no. I can't see because I have asked him one time where it was just me and him shooting the shit in the shed, drinking. It was one of those really late nights. I was like, you know, I never heard you say like certain words like how we're talking right now. And I was like, yo, just say pussy. And he goes, nah, I can't. I'm like, no, dude, just say it. And he goes, nah, I don't want to say it. I was like, dude, like, how, like, it's just a word. And he refused to do it. So I'm surprised he even said that to you.
This was the night of Chris's party?
Yeah, but like it was funny though. Like he said it and it just never rang the bell until like I was driving home later at night. And I was just like, I just sat there. And I was at a stop sign and I was just like, oh shit, Dylan just called me a pussy.
Wait a minute.
Skirt? What you call it?
Yeah, right?
Like, you know how like in TV shows when somebody finds out something like so like
Yeah,
dramatic, you hear
yeah.
like the glass shatter. That's
Yeah.
literally what happened in the back of my head once it clicked. I
The
was like,
Stone
oh wow,
Cold
he
theme
just did-
song?
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, the glass shatters.
But you know, it's crazy like, to see what's going on. You know, with you know, like we were saying, with the stuff in the city with
Like
you
the
know, with Hillary and all,
protests,
the
yeah.
protests. Did you see what happened over the weekend with in Charlottesville and all that? With
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
No, of course I know. Of course I know. Yeah, dude, we had a fucking Nazi takeover in America for a little bit, and we still kind of do, actually.
I mean, it kind of never went away. They just went into hiding under their.
they're still like planning different process. But anyway, to tell the story, go ahead, Lance.
Well, damn, what are you ripping ass now?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Pissing before ripping ass now. Damn, homie.
My pants on my toilet.
Sure.
Valid point. Valid point. But yeah, with the whole Charlottesville thing, what pretty much happened was those squeakers over there.
Chinese firecrackers.
But yeah, back to Charlottesville. What happened was you know, a bunch of people, they were protesting because they didn't want the Robert E. Lee statue to be
Taken down. Yeah, so there was a Robert E. Lee statue that they wanted. The city was preparing to take down. A lot of people were upset over it. Same exact thing with the Confederate flag from the past few years. You know, it to people it represents, you know, slavery. It represents oppression for minorities, blacks, and they were moving. You know, they're trying to erase that part of history in a way where there shouldn't be statues. The flag shouldn't be waving the Confederate flag.
It's a shitty part of history.
Yeah, it's a shitty part of history. A lot of people try to defend the Confederate flag. Look, it was used as a symbol of the South, and what the South represented at the time was slavery. So they wanted the statue to get taken down, and then you got a whole bunch of pissed off white people, like Southerners. They went there, and they thought it was just going to be a protest, but then, you know, you see pictures and videos, and it's people doing the Nazi salute, yelling "Sieg Heil." They were, you know, there was even swastika flags all over the place, and it carried out to the point where like they were even like chanting racial slurs at people. Big groups of crowds, man. They even had tiki torches. Some of them went to Home Depot, got tiki torches. It was looking like they showed the picture of the Simpsons, like you know that.
Oh yeah. So
where like the whole town,
the mob, the angry
it's
mob.
A mob. Where there are pitchforks and like there are little torches. But it was actually like that. It was something that you would see from a movie, and it was actually happening. It was actually going on, and what a shitty year it's been for race right now. Yeah, man.
It feels like the 60s all over again, just without segregation.
The Confederates, they fucking lost the war. Like, that's it. They lost. Even the Nazis, the actual Nazis knew, like, all right, we lost, and look at what Germany's doing now.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing everything they possibly can to
not
make their whole
bring that
image
up.
better.
Yeah. To never bring
And
that
like,
up.
they're over it. They're all over it now. And then you got these bunch of cousin fuckers in the South that don't know when a loss is a loss.
So let me ask you this: do you agree that the statue should be taken down?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that's not a part of history.
Times are just changed now.
Yeah,
times are different. Yeah. They had the statue because he was basically like a president of the South at a point. Or he was right?
He was one of the main generals down in the
he's a big figure of the South, so I understand in a way why they had that statue in the first place, but now it's just getting taken way out of hand. They just bring it to something completely different. He's not somebody you should even celebrate in the first place.
Yeah, to have a fucking statue of that size.
Well, I mean, the one thing... Well, I don't know. That statue wasn't really that big compared to some statues.
No, I'm not saying it was like the biggest statue.
That was like a midget
to have a statue.
Did you see the video when they actually tore it down and everyone just goes up and starts kicking it?
No.
Kicking a statue. Like, you realize you're hurting your foot.
Yeah, you're not doing anything.
They're punching it. Like, you're hurting yourself
there's actually,
more than anything by doing
marble
this
or brick or
supposedly damage to
there's actually
the statue.
There's a guy dressed in all blue that you clearly see him. He kicks the statue and he shakes his leg. You see his foot, and he walks to the camera. You see him. He's like, "Fuck," because he's like hobbling over, and he just stands there like, "Yep, I shouldn't have kicked it. I shouldn't have done it."
It's a fucking statue. It's like going up to a big ass mountain and trying to beat it.
Yeah, it's like stabbing like soil or stabbing a rock. It's like fuck you, Earth.
That thing folded like plastic though. It was just a shell of metal because they pulled it and it almost looked like
it came down quick.
It almost looked like it was made of tinfoil. It just kind of crumbled. But the thing with that whole situation I found interesting was that it's kind of hard. See. I gotta be careful with this one when I say it. I don't support white supremacy at all. Don't get me wrong, I don't.
You shouldn't.
But
you shouldn't support any kind of supremacy.
Oh no, I think everybody. I hate everybody equally. I love everybody equally. If I think you're an asshole, it has nothing to do with the color of your skin. But
that's true. I think Kevin's an asshole. We have the same skin color.
We have the same exact skin color.
But the thing that I found interesting with that was how. They were like, oh yeah, he was the Confederate dude, this and that. But the one thing I found interesting was that everybody brings up slavery and slavery. This, it was all about slave owners. If you look back at the Civil War, it wasn't just about slavery. It was about taxes and stuff like that too, because they believed that the North was doing the same thing Britain was doing, that they were taking too much money, and that
there's a lot more to it.
But that was a big part of it. The slavery was just kind of a minor issue that just kind of got blown up as history progressed. It wasn't a focal point in that.
Minor issue and slavery in the same sentence is ballsy.
No, but I'm just saying, you have a bunch of these white men. The North people didn't really care about them either.
The North remembers. Okay, let me just
listen,
say that.
Jon Snow. Yeah. But
I'm Jon Snow. He's Hodor.
Yeah,
I mean, you're Reed. But
yeah, I understand what you're saying. Are you trying to say that the statue didn't just represent slavery? It represented a general fight for the rights of Southerners. That's what some of them are thinking too. But then you also have a different time of this.
When you have these people that are acting like Nazis and everything
Yeah.
while defending all these other things that the statue stands for. Like
doesn't
that's
matter,
where there's an
probably.
issue.
Yeah,
It's because
it
of the people that are
that's
trying to defend it.
But that's the thing. It almost brings up, the common saying that, you can't have nice things. It's like all these people have these really valid points in that sense. But then you have all these white supremacy people that dilute the argument and makes it, a hate argument to where it kind of, you forget about why the truly
idiots.
people, like, put it this way. Do I think the statue should have been removed? To be completely honestly, I don't really care. Now, if some people want
it should have.
Like, put it this way, it's a statue. I'm not going to be like, oh my god, the statue of this person from 200 years ago or 150 years ago. It's not like it's going to come off the thing and say, oh, I don't like you because of a different skin color. It's like, no, it's a statue. It's if you're going to let it have such a big impact on your life, you got to start reevaluating everything. But the fact is, if they want it removed, do it the right way. Just, do it through the government. Why can't
they did try to.
Trying.
Yeah.
But it's still, but isn't it still going through the process? Like, it didn't come with a verdict yet, or like an outcome.
Well, the statue is down.
No, but my point is, they pulled it down.
There's the verdict.
They let the people decide.
My point though, through like the legal system,
That's probably the biggest, like the greatest example of democracy.
Yeah.
Just let the people decide.
Let the people decide.
Yeah, some people did not. Everybody decided.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
not that I'm giving these white supremacy a pass because they did it for a completely different reason.
They weren't just out there too because of statue too. A lot of people were protesting White Lives Matter because a lot of white people feel under attack recently because we're transitioning into like a new era. Sorry, I really don't know what to call it, but it's just like. So many people have so many different opinions on things, and so many people get upset over things or they get triggered. And you go through like a lot of people, and they say like a cis white male or a cis straight white male, whatever the hell they call it, and like people are feeling like they're getting grouped, they're getting victimized. So that's why some of the people went out and protested. But then you have like the neo-Nazis. I'm not saying that was right, but I'm just saying even like the neo-Nazis get mixed in with that, and it just makes your cause look bad. Like the Black Lives Matter. There's people out there trying to peacefully protest, and then a lot of people were looting. And the people are just gonna focus on the looting and say, oh, it was all just people going out, it was chaos, and missing the main idea why everyone was out there in the first place.
It's like the riots and everything from when Trayvon Martin got shot. Like people just looting everything like crazy, and everybody's focusing on that. It has nothing to do with the people who are actually like pissed off because this poor little kid got shot.
Yeah,
because
people looked at it as an advantage to
because he
capitalize
decided to
on.
go to the deli, buy some Skittles in Arizona.
Yeah. You know what's weird though? Like, I wouldn't say it's funny, because none of that's funny. But like the thing that I find interesting is how, like most of those stories that they're. I remember I was looking at something lately, and they were showing like all those cop stories with people getting shot. Most of those stories I didn't really hear about. Especially then you have like those other videos that they show a completely different thing, and like you'll see those, but then you see all these like these white people that also happen the same thing, and they kind of got swept under the rug, like almost like they.
Yeah, well, because it doesn't make headlines.
Yeah.
The main headline is police shoots unarmed black guy or black woman.
But you know what's interesting though? How like the media tailors everything that they acquire, with whether
they
it
always
be
twist it.
yeah, it's whatever their
it's liberals. That's what it comes down to.
whatever fits their
Yeah, whatever gets clicks, whatever gets papers bought, whatever
fits
gets
their motive.
views. Yeah,
because it's like for
exactly.
instance, like by no means am I a Trump supporter, but these people
He's wearing a Make America Great hat. So
damn dude,
MAGA.
everybody knows that's a lie. I'm colorblind. I would never wear red.
Yeah, I forgot your color wrong. You did it. Yeah,
I think
you can't even hate people. Really.
They make them in other colors.
Yeah,
I've only
right.
seen the red one with the white letters.
How could you say it if you're colorblind then?
Oh.
Well, yeah, when red and green are mixed, but I hate wearing red because I'll never know if it's matching with the rest
Enough of
my,
your lies. What were you saying?
That's a good question. What was I saying?
You were talking about how you're not a Trump supporter.
Oh yeah, and like for instance, when you look at the whole media thing with Trump and how he addressed the Charlottesville thing. Have you ever seen all the media reports with that? They picked it apart to the point where like if you watch the actual press conference and then you look at what they said he said,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he did say that, but they also missed like 80% of what he said before that or after it, to where like it makes it seem like he favors one thing, but that that wasn't the case. He favored something else.
Yeah.
I find it very interesting how you see the media, they always twist and turn, and they always creating problems and stuff like that. I feel like it's obviously it's been a thing that's been going on for a really long time, but lately it's just become so much more obvious.
It's just so annoying at this point. I don't even pay attention to the news or anything.
You can't, because it's the same recycled shit.
It's all just nonsense.
It's either clickbait, bullshit, or
I'm just so tired. I'm tired of it, man.
One of the greatest sayings ever: "Ignorance is bliss."
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. I have nothing to be pissed off about.
You know what I feel like?
And it fucking works.
Yeah.
You know what I feel like the problem is too? Like I feel like we have too much of a freedom to have opinions. It's like having too many opinions causes
freedom.
too many problems, because it's like, oh, because I disagree with you, I have the right to keep disagreeing with you, and then on top of that, give my opinion on why I disagree with you. So, like, for instance, on the internet, you see all these people that, you on every post, there's somebody arguing with somebody else over something where it's like, oh, no, that's blue. It's like, no, asshole, it's fucking yellow.
Yeah.
Just over stupid little things. It's just, it never ends.
Everybody's offended by everything now. It really is. It's true.
On the internet, you could say like, "Oh, my room stinks right now," and somebody will say, "Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't stink. It smells good." Like, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah, how do you know?
And they just want to fucking argue over every little thing.
People just like debate. People just like to debate things. I feel like it's taken to the extreme now.
It's literally worse than being a troll, because trolls at least have some kind of joke mixed in.
No.
These people, no,
That
they
or
just
they
wanna,
do it just to be an
They just want to
asshole.
make stupid nonsense, something political.
It's just like, you say your room stinks. It's like, oh, hey, don't say that. You're going to offend your room.
Yeah.
Damn, man, piss on the floor again.
You gotta go. Podcast is calling. The toilet's too far.
I hear you. But, it's just crazy how much, babe, like, I feel like it all started with the whole participation trophies and everybody's the best.
100%.
Yeah, everyone is special in their own way, which is true. But it was more or less of,
Define special.
It was just like, if you weren't, like, the thing it was like with our generation was just like, if you weren't good at something, like, they still gave you, like, they would, like, give you false hope and, like, false, confidence.
Everyone's
like,
so baby.
You're so good.
Yeah, everyone's so baby. People, there's safe spaces. I can't believe there's fucking safe spaces. And you can't say certain words because it'll trigger something to someone. Like, you can't even say the word, like, speaker because it'll trigger something to somebody.
That's the worst part about everything, because in the real world, there's not going to always be a place to hide. You're going to have to face everything and deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, one-on-one. Like, you're going to have to find a way to overcome everything. And then in the end of that will just make you a better person. Like, it's nothing other than that.
It's like the hardest thing to deal with, especially nowadays. Like, it's like pretty much walking through a minefield. Genders.
Oh, fuck.
To the point where,
Forget that.
like, almost,
Holy shit.
like, especially, like, imagine being, like somebody doing, like, a public speaking and stuff like that. Like, I don't know what to do. I'd probably walk in and be like...
You can't say ladies and gentlemen anymore.
I would go up there, I'd be like, ladies, gentlemen, and the undefined.
Yeah, that's a good way to get booed off stage by somebody.
No, people still get pissed.
Yeah.
People will get pissed off at anything you ever say. Just say, sup, dudes. Oh, no, you can't even say dudes, because that's wrong. You gotta say, hello, people. That's it.
Hello, all. How about that?
Yeah, shorter.
I'm offended by that. I'm offended by the people that are not here.
Yeah, it's just, I hate the whole gender bullshit thing. Oh.
You know how they could solve that problem so easily? Instead of assigning bathrooms by gender, how about just assign bathrooms by sex? Last time I checked, there's still 2 of those. So you know what I mean? Just be like, okay, if you're a male sex, go in that one. If you're a female sex, go in that one. Nobody's going to have a fucking problem.
Another very simple fix is just make every bathroom one toilet.
Well,
that's it. And then if there's multiple
What do you mean,
bathrooms,
like single stall bathrooms?
Just one. Yeah.
No, like you open the door and you can lock it, and there's just a toilet in there, a sink, and then that's it.
what I'm saying, like a bunch of single bathrooms.
You only need maybe 6 at most.
For
Well, depending on
if it's
depending
like
on
an
what kind of place
airport or
you
something
are.
like that, like an airport. That's what I'm
Depending
saying.
on-
Airports have a lot of bathrooms. To do something like that, that would just be.
It depends on what you kind of establishment you're running.
An airport? That's a pretty big. That's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure they have the money to be able to do that.
Yeah, but does it cost worthy though? That's what I'm saying. Though they, especially
They're
when it
not
comes to
gonna-
like stuff like
I know
that, they're trying
damn
to make
well.
as much money as they can.
No airport's gonna fucking pay for that.
No,
I mean,
no
LaGuardia, they barely even update
They barely
their
have
runways.
planes there. That one.
Oh,
But didn't one of their runways just like crumble or something like that? Like they just got approved for I think it was like a $50 million project or.
Well, it's in the process right now.
LaGuardia has just been under construction for the past years, and it's gonna remain under construction for the past years.
It's just always gonna be under construction. It's
I just
never
saw an
gonna go
article
away.
that JFK and LaGuardia were voted like the worst airports in America.
LaGuardia, and then Newark. Yeah, those were the top 3.
I mean, those are also probably the most
The tri-state,
like,
the most
highest
popular.
suggested one.
LAX as well, I'd probably say.
Like maybe even I would say.
No, I think this is more.
Yeah, I believe
Maybe
I think
down
we're
in
more
Miami
here.
too. I feel like that, like Miami and maybe what's weird. Tampa was actually very crowded when I went there. That was an airport that a lot of people. You know what it is? If you're going to Orlando and you can't get directly into Orlando, you could still go to Tampa and then just drive over because it's only
Yeah, it's only
an
an
hour
hour
and a
or
half or
something.
something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of people. If you miss your flight to Orlando, but the
It's
Tampa line open, it's like
The
okay,
same
snag
thing with
that.
Newark.
Well, yeah, because
if,
you go
if
that.
you don't have like let's say you're going international or something, they don't have a flight from JFK. Oh, what are the flights from Newark like? It's just like an hour away.
Yeah, I mean, even
It's
like if
easier.
you're going to New York, you can always fly to New York if it's like a cheaper ticket than JFK, and then just take like Amtrak, whatever, just go right into the
Yo.
city.
One thing my mom told me about like her old bosses, they would do is whenever they went on any kind of like vacation or if they had a flight out for some nonsense, they would always do a flight to Pennsylvania, but it was connecting in New York. So they would get off in New York and just go home from there because it was cheaper than buying a direct flight to New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't even want to tell you what their religion was.
Yeah, well, everybody's equal. Remember that. But it's crazy how expensive New York is. I mean, I think we talked about that briefly in one of our older podcasts. I think the one we did with Alex with Times Square, we briefly talked about that. You know what's
Times
funny?
Square is the worst place in.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's the worst place in the country.
We
I think.
bragged. Well, not bragged. We were bitching about that actually a lot.
Like it's nice to walk through Times Square, see all the lights and everything. Like even like the new Coca-Cola billboard they have that like actually pops out and it actually moves around and shit. Like that's pretty cool to watch. But come on, like you're gonna be paying for anything in Times Square. You might as well just walk like 2 blocks east and find a random bodega. You're probably better off. Even if you're getting food, you'll get better food at a random bodega than in Times Square.
I don't know. There's something about going to Times Square I just don't like, especially at night. Like it's so I feel like it's blinding at night because there's so many billboards and lights and everything.
Like it's nice for your first 2-3 times there, and then after that you're just over it.
Yeah,
you don't want to go back.
Yeah.
You just never want to be back in Times Square.
There's no point.
Like I feel like you need to spend at least like you can't be there more than an hour. Because if like you're there for more than an hour, you can start feeling your eyeballs starting to burn. Like it's just so bad.
Well, also if you spend more than an hour there, you're gonna be bankrupt and your credit's gonna be ruined.
That you're gonna be getting jumped by Spider-Man because you didn't pay for your picture.
Yeah, you didn't give him the $5 to take a picture with Spider-Man, his dirty ass Spider-Man costume.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I love those costumes though.
I fucking hate Dora. Dora's the most disgusting one.
yeah.
Is Naked Cowboy still around?
Yeah, the cowgirls are there. Naked
you still there?
cowgirls. Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah, I remember we were asked that
she's
question
like a
last
naked
time.
granny cowgirl.
No, there's 2 of them. There's 2 young girls now.
Oh, there's
actually.
2 of them?
Yeah, there's 2
They
young
probably
girls.
make a lot more money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
well, yeah.
You think any of them want to be my girlfriend?
I can ask actually.
Want to go and find out?
Might as well just take a trip.
Might got a video of
Just
that.
hop on the 7.
Yeah.
Takes us right there.
Yeah, hey, you never know. Maybe we'll do that one of these days. But I think that wraps us up because we're actually about to approach the 40-minute mark. So, Gubba, this was your first episode.
Yeah, how was it? How'd you like recording for your first time?
I gotta change my underwear right now.
I forgot that's what that smell was.
Oh no, it's not just a smell.
Oh, good cheese.
Oh God. So let me ask you this: would you definitely come on again?
If I'm invited.
All right,
course I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. You know, maybe definitely be back here soon. On that note, you know, give us a like, subscribe, and a comment if you'd like to. And on that note, I'm Lance.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm good old Gubba Gambi.
And this is That Fresh Ass Podcast, brought to you by Fresh As Me TV. Thanks for listening.
Peace.